This is Block 3, Part 4, Section 4, Teddy Roosevelt Progressive, starting with the term square deal. You imagine that after progressivism was sweeping the country in the 1890s and early 1900s, it would not be long until a president was elected that favored a progressive platform. And that happened with the ascension to the presidency of Teddy Roosevelt. If you remember from Block 2, Teddy Roosevelt became president when President McKinley was assassinated, and he very quickly decided, and you can imagine, being Teddy Roosevelt, that he was not going to sit around and be a caretaker for President McKinley's administration. He was going to be a progressive president, whether the people had voted for a progressive president specifically or not. And he called his domestic plan, this progressive plan, he called it the square deal. A square deal implies a fair deal for everyone. So the square deal was his term for his plan. He declared that he would actively use his powers as president to safeguard the rights of workers. And he favored things like the 8-hour workday, the 5-day work week, safety rules and regulations in the workplace, etc., over the more traditional laissez-faire approach to American business. So with his square deal, with these ideas in mind, he went to a place called Osawatomie, Kansas. And in Osawatomie, Roosevelt gave a speech which kind of outlined his view for his presidency and the country. And in the Osawatomie speech, he talked about his square deal, what he wanted to do, the 8-hour workday, improved safety regulations, 5-day work week, and is also when he gave his speech on his big stick foreign policy, which we talked about a lot in the last block. So Teddy Roosevelt was assuming the presidency with this square deal. He was ready to put a progressive administration into place.